Hello to all of the gardeners out there. Hi, I am glad you joined us for Mid-American Gardener. This is the show where we take some of your questions from email, from online and in person, and we're going to answer those questions for you. So we're glad that you joined us. I'm Diane Nolan, and I teach horticulture at the University of Illinois in the Crop Sciences Department. And so I'll answer questions about cut flowers, maybe perennials, maybe etc., other things involved. So let's find out, though, who can answer other questions. And we've got 3 expert panelists with me, and also 3 of my students. I think it's the first time I have had 3 students at the same time, not just colleagues, but students and colleagues at the same time, because now they're my colleagues. But we're going to go first to Jennifer Fishburne. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello. I'm Jennifer Fishburne. I'm with the University of Illinois Extension, and I cover Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. I can talk probably pretty much about anything, but I like to talk about vegetables and herbs. And my show and tell for this evening is flowers that I fresh cut from my garden this morning. Believe it or not, I still have petunias and some Rex begonia blooming. A lot of people still have their roses blooming, but it's so wonderful to walk out into your garden, your yard in the middle of November and still have fresh flowers. Not for much longer, but these are in a little microclimate area and they're still blooming quite nicely.
Oh, we are spoiled for just like 10 minutes longer. We're spoiled. Thank you, Jennifer. And now let's go to Candace Miller.
Thank you. My name is Candace Miller. I am also with University of Illinois Extension as a horticulture educator, but I serve the northwestern corner of the state in about 6 counties up there. Just like Jennifer, I can talk about anything kind of home horticulture related, but I love kind of annuals and perennials, flowers, those type of things. So I'm going to start off with a question. We got a question, and Sharon is saying that my milkweed plant has been overtaken with yellow milkweed aphids. Just suck the life out of them. If this is not gotten under control, they will be worse next year. What should I do? Well, that's very common on milkweed, certainly. It's called the milkweed aphid, or the oleander aphid is another name for them, and they love milkweed, and milkweed is prevalent, so we tend to have quite a bit of it. You could do some pesticide controls, but then you're also going to take out the monarchs and the other insects that are on the plant as well. So if you really want to control it, if it's causing a lot of kind of stress to your plants, I would recommend maybe some organic techniques like hand picking and hand squishing them as an option. So just squish those aphids. Gross, but true. That's one thing you can do. You could also try taking the hose and just blasting them off the plant with water and getting them off the plant that way. When I was researching oleanders, the research doesn't quite know whether they overwinter as adults or eggs. So as a precaution, I would just cut down the milkweed this season, remove it so that hopefully you're not having some overwinter as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully
get it off site.
Yep. Hopefully next year it'll be less.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. And now we're going to go to Rhonda Furry.
Yeah, I'm Rhonda Furry. I'm also with the University of Illinois Extension. I'm a horticulture educator covering Fulton, Mason, Peoria, and Tazewell counties, so right in the center of the state. And I cover mostly landscape horticulture topics, although I do like to do house plants as well. So I'm going to do a question here, and it is on bald cypress. This person from Bloomington actually has a bald cypress tree that developed these growths this year and want to know if we can help identify those. And they are actually a gall that we often will have galls on different plants at different times of the year, and it's caused usually by a little microscopic type insects, and this one's probably a mite. The galls typically are just kind of unsightly. They don't really damage the tree, and so I wouldn't worry about it too much. You may have it again next year, you may not, but often, kind of removing some of that, the leaves that drop in the fall, and remove those in the fall and the spring might remove some of those mites and reduce the growths next year.
Okay. I love the way bald cypress look. And then when they lose their leaves, don't be alarmed.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're deciduous conifers. Well, we had, Dr. Appleby had a bald-faced hornet nest last week, and we were talking about if it's okay to have it in. Well, we realized it's been quite warm, and so to be safe, and I really like to be safe around hornets, to be safe, when there's been 5 days below 45 degrees, that's a good time to cut those and bring those in. And I want to thank Dr. Phil Nixon for pointing that out. We just haven't had that much cold weather yet. So better to be safe with hornets than sorry. That's what I always say. If you have them in your garage and all of a sudden it's the workers that are often left in the nest. Okay, let's go to a cranberry mag quiz next. The cranberry, so popular in sauce to go with the holiday turkey, is known botanically as what? A. Needlium, B. Injectium, C. Vaccinium. C. Vaccinium. And where do we come up with those other names? That's pretty interesting. Folks, we need some of your calls. We have one, but we need some more calls. So if you have questions, get on the phone lines and let us know. Well, let's go to Donna's question first, and she's on line 2. And it looks like she has a question about hibiscus and roses. Hi, Donna.
Hi. I've been trying to get in for a long time, but before I do think about it, it's over.
Yeah.
I've got the hibiscus. I bought it at a garden center, and I had it back away from the, heat and stuff. But now I moved it up by the window. It doesn't get any sun, but the leaves are all turning like yellow, and getting yucky, and I take them off. And I didn't know whether there's something I shouldn't feed them as a nutrient for them, or I love it. It's blooming. So
Can I ask, is it a shiny leaf or is it a softer dollar green leaf?
it's a kind of a shiny leaf.
Okay. That's the annual one. Okay, so who would like to answer the hibiscus first?
Well, judging from the yellowing, it sounds like you certainly probably have a low light issue. So you said it was near a window, but potentially you might need to move it to either closer to the window or maybe more of a southern or a western facing window to get a little bit more light on it. More than likely, that's probably what's causing the issue. It could also be a little bit of shock too from moving it from one location to the other. So it's possible that some of the leaves are going to drop and then the plant will put some more back on. But you could fertilize it with just your typical once a month house fertilizer that your house plant fertilizer that you're going to do anyways. But I probably wouldn't do any extra than you're typically doing and just give it that more sunlight and see how that does.
Okay.
The other thing I would check would be the watering, because I have one and I can't seem to keep enough water on it. So I have to check it every day. Just make sure
Wow.
you check it and see if it's drying out or not. Don't overwater it, obviously, but do check the water.
Every day, that would not happen at my house. So I would probably have to get another kind of plant. Okay, so Donna, thanks so much for your question. Well, we're waiting for more questions. So in the meantime, we're going to go back around to show and tell and email questions. Jennifer, what do you have for me? Did you bring me a
I got
gift?
it for you. Just for you. This is a pair of ratcheting loppers. And how they work is they actually ratchet. It's 6 ratcheting levels here. So when you open the blade, it actually clicks, and then each time you move the handle, it clicks again. And what's really nice is I actually put the directions on the handle, but the idea behind it is the actual blade part you don't move, and on the other side you ratchet. And it's great for people who don't have a lot of arm strength. Or it's also just it's just a smoother way to cut. It'll cut. This one will cut up to about a 2-inch branch or a 2-inch small tree if you're trying to get rid of some invasives.
Ooh,
Yes. But it's easier on your hands. It's easier on your whole body because it ratchets as it cuts, as opposed to having to use all of your strength to make that cut. So I love them. You can also get these instead of as loppers. You can get them as well. You can get other brands as pruners. So they're great with people that might have arthritis or losing strength, or just you don't want to put that much effort into it.
And for some people who have height, either disadvantage or advantage, depending on if you have a glass half full when you're short. Because it does really give you some good reach.
It does, and it's just we're using it on a lot of invasives right now, and you can go through a whole day and you don't feel the fatigue that you normally
And
would.
we do have invasives.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to go back to the phone lines and then we'll come back to you, Candace. So we'll go first to line 3. Cindy has a question about raspberries. Hi, Cindy.
Hi. I have, this is my second year for my raspberry plant. I don't remember the name of it. It did have a second, it bore a little bit the second time towards the end of the year, so that probably tells you what it is. And my question is, what do I do? I've asked people, I've looked online, but I'm still a little confused. Do I chop it all back or just some of it back? That's my question.
Okay.
Well, from what I understand with raspberries, you kind of have 2 options. So it sounds like you have an everbearing, meaning that you get a summer and a fall crop. So one option is to just mow those down completely. Because with an everbearing, you get one crop at the end of the cane, and then the next year you get the second crop farther down. So if you do mow them off, you kind of lose the 2 crop essentially, because then you just get the one crop. But obviously that's easier to do, is just to mow them. If you wanted to keep the 2 crops, after that tip flowers this year, it's going to die back at the tip, so you just prune that off. And then the next year, the rest is going to fruit for you, and then you just prune that off. So it kind of just depends how much work and time you want to put into them, really, is what I understand at least.
It's great to get that second batch.
Yeah, I think
though,
it's
would
worth
think.
it, especially if you have a small patch and it doesn't take that much extra.
Okay,
effort.
so hopefully, Cindy, that helped you with the raspberries. Okay, now we're going to jump to Carla. She's on line 7, and she has a balloon flower question. Hi, Carla. Line 7, I guess that's the right line. Okay, I'm hearing nothing.
Oh, I'm here.
Hi, do you have a
Hi.
balloon flower question?
Yes, I do. I had a few balloon flower plants outside my window because I live in an apartment, and I had them in pots, in containers, okay? And the first year that I had one plant, it bloomed and lasted, and then, overwintered just fine. But last year, I don't know if it was bunny rabbits or squirrels that got at the plants, and they dug them up. And I was wondering, what could I do to deter that? And would I be able to bring those pots indoors over the winter rather than to leave them out?
Well, the first part of her question, one thing you could try is a poultry netting, which is just a wire or a hardware cloth or some kind of wire over the top. You need to do that early in the season before the plants come up, and you lay it over the top of the soil. Maybe tuck it down into the container. That may help. Although if they want something bad enough, they're going to get to it. But that usually works pretty well when people are planting fall bulbs. So that would be the first part of the question. The second part of the question about overwintering them, balloon flowers are a perennial plant that depends on the year and whether or not you can, and the size of the container as to whether or not you can get something to overwinter in a container. A lot of times, sometimes people will sink those containers into the ground, or maybe put them into a window well if they have that at their home. You really wouldn't want to bring it into the house and try to keep it as a house plant, though. You want it to go dormant. You might try it in the basement and just water it sparingly throughout the season as well. But you want to keep it. You don't want it to get too cold. In some winters we have that.
Yeah, sometimes an unheated garage will work as well.
With a little bit of light, but nothing to make it grow.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not alone with the bunny rabbits. So hopefully that will help it for the next time. Well, Larry has a question for us on line 4, and it looks like it's about mushrooms. Hi, Larry.
Hello there.
What's your question?
Well, I'm curious. I see lots of mushrooms coming up after this rain, and I wondered. We had a really good discussion at the Master Naturalists class, and people were wondering how we could get more information about the mushrooms that we see around here.
That looks like they're looking at you.
They're all looking at me. Well, we all work a little bit with master naturalists,
Yeah.
but they were looking at me because I'm the state master naturalist coordinator.
Good
But
question.
you know, we have some really great mushroom experts at our Illinois Natural History Survey. We have some mushroom experts who have written some really nice books covering mushrooms of Illinois. So look for those, I would say. We're all kind of a little hesitant about mushrooms just because you know they're unsafe to eat, obviously, so many of them, and so we're not really, at least I'm not an expert on mushrooms, but there are some people out there that know quite a bit about them.
No, our standard answer in our office is mushrooms feed off of dead, decaying organic matter, and that's pretty much about the limit of what we tell people with mushrooms.
I know my soil scientist colleagues say that when it comes up, people want to do something either to eat them or to get rid of them, but my soil scientist colleagues say just kick them.
Yeah.
You know, just let them. I mean, they will really. They're full of water. And then another colleague says, if mushrooms don't come with plastic over them from the grocery store, you're probably, except morels. I mean, there are some mushrooms you can tell, but a lot, it's very close to something else that you shouldn't eat.
But they're really fascinating. So
They
there
are
are some great
beautiful.
resources out there.
There are.
Yeah.
They're really beautiful. So thank you for your question. That it always is a good discussion. Well, let's go to Roberta's question on line 5, and it's about a pear tree. Hi, Roberta.
Hi. I have a decorative pear tree, and it's about 10 years old. It's about 20 feet high, and the wind broke off one of the lower branches. And I was needing to know if you guys think it needs to be painted, or if we just leave the area alone where it broke off and let it heal on its own.
Oh, we love this question. And
Educational point
I
here.
know that we're unanimous, so we would like to talk about it.
We'll let Rhonda go
I
first.
love this question.
Who wants
Oh, well, we're kind of laughing because it's a common thing for that particular
Very,
tree, especially when they get to a certain age. Usually the ornamental pears don't last, in my experience, more than about 20 years for sure. So, you know, I wouldn't paint the area. I would almost be kind of concerned that the tree may be on its way out and start thinking about maybe another tree to replace it.
And when we say another tree, we mean something other than an ornamental pear, because they do tend to have a lot of issues. So looking maybe something a little more native would be a good choice.
They're very weak wooded, so an ice storm, a windstorm, and
Right.
you get a lot of breakage.
So thank you for that question. Not just about pears, but about painting the wounds. You really, if you do a nice cut on the branch, or clean up the branch that's torn, you really don't need to. Okay, now we have a few more questions, but I'm going to go to you, Candace, for an email, and then we'll come
Okay.
back to some questions on the
Speaking
phones.
of trees, my question is also about trees. So this person has included a picture of a maple tree and asking, should I start trimming up the lower branches? I have to duck under them to get to the flower bed. Well, the thing about trees is that if there's a limb that's at 6 feet high right now, it's always going to be at 6 feet high. The limbs don't kind of grow upward as the tree gets taller. So if you have to duck now, or if you're hitting your head on it with the lawnmower now, it's best to take it off now while it's smaller, and then it's going to be easier to prune off. So yeah, go ahead and limb it up now so that you're good for the rest of the tree's kind of life.
Okay, very good. Well, we're going to come back to you, Rhonda, but first let's go to a question about cannas, and Tom's on line 1. Hi there.
Hi, Diana. It's Tom again.
Okay.
I deliver parts all over this part of Decatur and the central Illinois part, and I've had so many people ask me about, I've got these purple little red flowers that grows up, and the hummingbirds love them, but the only thing is I can't keep them from one year to the other. And they thought they were like perennials. You just leave them in the ground. And I said, no, you have to dig them up and put them into storage, like in your basement or where it's nice and warm. Don't leave them in a garage where it gets like over, less than 30 degrees. So I just wanted to let you know, to let all your people know that's got cannas, yes, you do have to dig them up every year, and put them in a warm solution area, like in your basement or your whatever place that you have where it's nice and warm, because they keep thinking, there's something wrong with these. They keep dying. We just keep buying more and more and more, but they keep dying.
And if you dig them, you can share them with others. But now is the time to get those dug, because it could be too late
I was gonna
here.
say, if you haven't already done so,
And
they
just-
really should be done at the first frost.
Yeah.
When you hear our voices, maybe you should have done it last week. No, in some places. But anyway, thank you for that. Cannas definitely need to be dug. All right, well, let's go to your email question. I like to
Great.
mix it up here.
My question is about a purple passion house plant, which is a beautiful plant. I just love the purple color, and it actually has an orange blossom if it grows just right. Her question, though, Sandy's question, is about fertilizing this plant, and she's tried some African violet continuous feed fertilizer, and it seems like it's actually been more of a poison to the plant than a fertilizer. So she's wondering exactly what she should use. My experience is just to make sure you get a good house plant type of fertilizer. Just look on the in the store for a one that says house plant fertilizer on it. I actually like to use the one that's a liquid that you use just a few drops each time you water, so it's very, very diluted. It's really easy to use. Or you can use those sticks that you can put in that would make it very simple. But often houseplants don't need to be fertilized in the winter because they're not growing a lot. So just kind of wait until spring and summer. The other thing would be to make sure you're not using soil that has fertilizer in it, because you might be actually over-fertilizing that plant. So.
And that's okay in the summer and fall, or late spring, summer. Very good. Thank you for those. And now let's go to Shirley's question, line 4, about spirea. Hi, Shirley.
Hi. I have a question wondering whether I can trim spirea in the fall instead of the spring. Is that harmful to the plants?
I don't think anything will
no.
kill most spireas. The only
That's right.
spirea that you have to be very careful with pruning is bridal wreath, but the rest of them, what most people commonly have, sometimes people will wait though till the spring to make sure, to see what's green growth and what's woody looking, and sometimes
See what survived the winter.
see what's
Well, I just pruned one of mine because it had some really large older stems, and I just took a third out, and I just did it on one. So I prune one each year, and it seems to not be so noticeable. But get the older ones, and if I had ratcheting loppers, I would have used those. But I actually just used my Felcos because I was able to get a smaller branch. So no, you can't really hurt spirea, except bridal veil. Try not to prune that at this time of year. Feel free to wait. Okay, well, let's go to a question on amaryllis with Charlotte on line 7. Hi, Charlotte.
Hi. I had a beautiful amaryllis bulb from my daughter last year, and it had lots of blooms on it. I planted it outside this summer. It was beautiful all year. Had, I think, 5 or 6 long green stems. So it was beautiful. So when should I bring it in, and how should I treat it to get blooms next year?
Okay.
Well, now is definitely the time to bring it in, since it's getting too cold outside to keep it outdoors. So typically with amaryllis, you leave the foliage growing for the summer, like you've been doing, to get that energy kind of stored back into the bulb. And then typically what happens is that you bring that inside, then you quit watering and you let the bulb kind of go dormant and go to rest, essentially. And we were just talking about this before the show started. And then it's typically recommended you let the bulb kind of rest in a dark, cool place for about 6 to 8 weeks period of time. And then you bring that bulb back out, replant it if you need to, water it, and then that bulb will start to have flowers and leaves starting to emerge within maybe a couple, 4, 6 weeks up to months. Just kind of depends on the conditions.
And resting means no water.
Yeah, just bring it in, stop, yeah.
That's hard for some people when they have these beautiful lush leaves, and then you rest it. In the greenhouse, I remember the greenhouse growers just knocked the pots on their side.
Yeah.
Gently.
Don't water me, yeah.
But it told you don't water me is what, when they were in this shelf sideways. Yeah. So yes, we were just talking about that. And it's interesting, I got some information from an amaryllis grower, and they say that bulbs from the southern hemisphere, if you get them from Brazil, Peru, South America, they flower earlier when you get them the first year, December. And if you get them from Holland and other places like that, they flower a little bit later, maybe into January. I just thought that was very interesting. Okay, let's go to a special Did You Know next about roses. The rose was adopted as England's flower emblem during their Civil War from 1455 to 1485. Roses symbolized two warring factions in England. Red roses symbolized the Lancaster faction, while white roses symbolized the York faction. This clash became known as the War of the Roses. Okay. Well, I must tell you, the show goes very fast. I enjoyed having all my students on. Thank you, folks, for coming and being here. And I want to thank each of you for watching. And we'll see you next time. Have a great week or two gardening. Bye-bye.